Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa. Welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. I will be your captain tonight. I'll have a co captain, but you'll have to stick around and find out who that is. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to press that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the show, set your notifications to all so that you don't miss any of the hot topics and fire content. And go on and press that like button while you're at it. Queens and kings on the agenda tonight. We have a YouTuber that's reporting Jaguar to the mental health floor. And I wanted to bring to the forefront. It was 5 years ago, and there was 25 minutes. Well, you want to know about the 25 minutes? Let's get into it.
Never say they want it. Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say yeah. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have it breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you can't vibe. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. We don't get any feelings. Hey, I need some love.
All right, and shout out to our last live stream. We did receive a cash app, so I will not announce your name, but thank you so much. And introducing my co-host for tonight. Welcome, Jane. How are you doing?
Peace and peace and blessings. I'm doing good. Took me a nap and I'm feeling refreshed and recharged. Absolutely. I'm enjoying this Tuesday night.
Oh, absolutely. So am I. You know what? I wanted to say before we even get started that I want the engagement to where we all can share our feelings, and we may not all agree, and that's perfectly fine. But let's find common ground. Let's find common ground, ladies and gentlemen, that stop by today. We're looking for common ground. We're not looking for who's right, who's wrong. Everything that we will be chatting and conversating about is speculation. All things are allegedly. Okay. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start the night off right with our daily devotion. God is near. The Lord wants you to know that you're never alone. Psalms 139, 7 through 10. Do you ever find yourself asking the question, Lord, where are you? Today's reading is your reminder that God is near, even when his presence is difficult to perceive, and even when you're completely unaware of him. David reflects, where can I go from your spirit? Or where can I flee from your presence? Verse 7. In asking these questions, David communicates that no matter where we might go, the Lord is right there with us. What a comfort to realize we are never beyond the reach of a God who is full of love, loving kindness, mercy, and comfort. In fact, our Heavenly Father is and has been with believers every single day. We walk in the presence of the living God, whose spirit lives in us. John 14, 16 through 17. No matter what season of life you are in, no matter how long, short, painful, or easy it might be, God wants you to know you are never alone. What's more, He wants you to remember that the darkness is not dark to Him. Psalms 139:12. He knows what is up ahead and will be with you as you face it. Our faithful and omnipresent God is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Proverbs 18:24. He will never leave or forsake you on this day or any other. With that being said,
Amen.
amen. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and let you guys know or let you guys see Jaguar's last days with us. She was minding her business in the hot tub on vacation. She just had breakfast and boom, what happens?
The world just came and try to pull the rug up under her, trying to stop her freedom.
Absolutely.
And it's injustice.
Little PD and King World 2020, aka Queen Twirl, and the Fiend Scheme Team. Oh, by the way, has anybody seen the new Night and Day cartoon? It's fucking awesome. He did it about the twirl, about Queen Twirl and the Fiend Team. That's why I call them the Fiend Scheme Team. We're ways out. We only at 275. I should be able to get me a little walk around the pool. I'll be right back. I need to lift this hair up so my shoulders don't brown uneven. You know, it's important when you plan on wearing a bunch of backless, strapless shit to make sure that your complexion is even. We still ain't made the 300 yet. 956 in the room. 300. We still need 200 more. Y'all want the truth for $1. Dollar make you holler. Dollar make you holler. Dollar make you holler. Oh, say it ain't so. Ooh, say it ain't so. I wish I still had me another daiquiri from yesterday. That was delicious.
All right, so I'm going to stop it right there. Sis was exercising her vocals. She's getting her tan lines darkened. Having a beautiful day.
Exactly. That whole scene was so laid back. The palm trees, the cool breeze, the sunlight, the vitamin D. I see the jealousy of them. And see, I didn't know that those people made a cartoon based on that individual who is being held up like he's a cat, like he's a savior or something for what happened over that weekend. And I'm like, no. And there was some key things she said in there, because she said that they was that person in there flying monkeys, that he's finna you finna get shut down because you keep harassing and stalking and bringing people near her. And he tried to beat her at the punch. But
Mm.
and see, no, you know what gets me, no one has
No,
called
this
her.
nothing has gotten you yet. I want to bring up this next video This gentleman is a YouTuber,
Yeah, I know who you're talking
and why
about.
he wants to go on about her. Let's see what was going on with him in this library. Let's get
Yeah.
into it.
Hmm.
Chaos at a normally quiet place. A man in a fit of rage at a Dallas library. That library is in cleanup mode this evening, but damage will set the branch back more than $10,000. Tuesday's Sebastian Robertson has more on the outbursts and the aftermath.
Librarians at Dallas's Timber Glen Library are quietly at work,
Little spring cleanup.
trying to keep their spirits up after an attack Friday that caused so much damage that they're still picking up 4 days later.
We gathered as a staff to regroup because it's been an emotional journey for everyone, very traumatic.
Marcus Finley was there and captured this man, a library patron, going on a rampage.
He's just throwing the computers out, and you hear what he's saying.
That sound, a bookshelf crashing to the ground.
They were trying to just be as calm as possible, but I can kind of tell they were scared.
The video cuts off before he destroys this monitor. That man is 27-year-old Marquise Wiley. Library staff say he went on to cause more than $10,000 worth of damage. Computers smashed, books thrown everywhere. This glass conference room door destroyed. Library staff say he went on like this for the better part of 25 minutes. No police in sight. Officers arrested the man shortly after he walked out of the building.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And,
So
and yeah,
to sit
so
here and
mhm.
make fun of this woman while she's going through her situation, she didn't do any of that. She caused nobody's damage.
Exactly.
Let's talk about that. And it's
Shame
all
on him.
for a laugh and a giggle.
For a click in the view, but people remember that time frame. I remember he used that mental illness to help to get a car. I remember when he was on the bus going to work. I remember him 5 years ago. I stopped watching when I realized how he's another person like King Troll. He'll use black women too to do his dirt.
Yeah.
He managed to get out the beef sector with changing his content to celebrity, but that's still trying to make money off people's situation is still there. And the nerve of him, he really don't got no room to talk because everybody remember that whole situation about him out of nowhere just throwing things around. Now that's an example of somebody that need to be in a straitjacket. Don't you agree?
I agree. And I don't agree with him calling down there to give any advice on what she needs.
The nerve of him. I didn't know that all that took place.
Yeah, he went on live tonight and he failed to tell people what happened 5 years ago. Why didn't you share that one? So they could
Right.
really see what was going on.
You're right
Don't
about that.
don't hold your story back. Let us know about your story too. Be fair.
There
Is all
used to there used to be a series from somebody, I can't remember, where they had a thing about surviving that individual, where other things he's done. He's a predator too, from the rumors and things that was exposed
allegedly.
on meeting with young gay men and things he has done, like attempts to assault too. I remember stuff like that. So he also is known to violate. So I don't care for him and the nerve of him to call there to that facility just for clicks and views. I guess his subscribers said, "Can you please do something on that? We want to know about that, about Jag, I guess." But any people would do anything for a bag. Either you stand for something or fall for anything. And what I'm seeing out here in these streets, a lot of people are falling for anything and want to go where the wind blows, trying to be on the bandwagon about her for clicks and views and cash apps. Ain't no amount of money for me to make off somebody's situation. It's a
Hi,
dirty game.
Iridescent. Absolutely. She says, "Hey, Rose, welcome. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you for your support. Enjoying
Yeah,
the content. Please join the membership for exclusive content." And this is our
absolutely.
emoji, child. Get into it.
Let's get into. He doesn't respect women either. Because I've known in his past. Like I said, we could go back 5 years ago. He used to take the bus to work. He used to work in the background with Armand and befriended Armand. He has no loyalty to nobody. He has no loyalty. He's just a laughing joke to me because I just can't believe he'd go and do that on Jack's situation. Just couldn't leave it alone. Couldn't say that she could survive this like you survived that incident 5 years ago at that library, which you caused $10,000 in damage. I dare you. Oh my.
Absolutely.
Hypocrite. Very hypocritical for him to think he better than her when she never done none of that. She the one that's been harassed and followed and stalked and taken pictures of.
Yeah. But
And we
me,
never but I'm gonna ask you this. Why are they going at her? Because is the main reason is because she has that natural light in her, that shine that gravitates people towards her, like the Tupac situation. Is that because she's a threat to these content creators? So they use her name to try to get views and things, just like other sectors do, other YouTubers? Or is it because she was able to stand on stage with a successful rapper who's a businessman and was able to be on stage performing with the Roots, and because she was able to travel, was able to be dating Common and other people, and been around the hip hop world for a long time that they never been to? What is it really? Is it that she's trying to make some things happen and she's a threat to government, and these certain YouTubers are paid agents to be an agent of chaos to disrupt people's lives? That's, I don't know, where is this all from? At first I thought it was because of D Haven and her supposed to have been meeting up because Jay-Z is paying a lot of money to not get that boy, his son, not to come out there with the paternity, because it will open the doors to the Me Too movement, because that boy's mother was 15 and had him at 16 while Jay-Z was in his 20s. So is this the reason to shut that down, so the Me Too movement is not going to put him out there the way they did R. Kelly? Because I'm telling you, the way the Me Too movement did R. Kelly out here, he doesn't want that same work. Is this because they're trying to throw rocks and hide their hands? Ain't no amount of money for me to do something to someone that never done nothing to me. And again, like I told you on a earlier, that girl didn't put her hands on nobody. People go to jail for real physical damage when they do something to someone. She didn't put her hands on no one. People was coming to her.
but what if she had put her hands on some on that lady? Do you think that it would have been a different outrage? I mean,
Yes. And I'm not trying to incite it, but I wish she would have defended herself. Then that person over there with his flying monkeys wouldn't be being held as a king. He'll be held as somebody demonic running plays. You know what I'm saying? And it bit him right in his butt. So if Jag could have defended herself when that girl tried to get out her car coming to Jag, she had it on video. She could have definitely beat that, and he would definitely get arrested for inciting that. The feds would have looked at the text messages between that individual that followed her and that YouTuber to prove that he formed this situation. This was like a premeditated situation. Now, if that would have happened, then Jag could have been out here right now doing her YouTube videos. What's your face would have been going to jail because he's already a experienced offender. He would not been getting out. Probably would have got a high bond to the point nobody could afford. Sometimes I wish that would have taken place in this, unfortunately, because she would have been looked at as the victim. But this whole play is to make her feel, to make us think that she's the issue, and I don't think she's an issue. We all, women, has suffered through a lot in our childhood and things. It's how you handle things in life that come at you, what you're gonna do.
Right. My thing is, I always try to go back to this moment where she was in her happy place. And, when I'm, in my moment or she's on my mind, I just look at her happy place because she wasn't disgruntled. She was nothing, like she was just calm.
Calm, cool, and collective all the way. And I really enjoyed it. It was on a beautiful Saturday. It was beautiful there. And it was just amazing. Her some real supporters was in the chat, asking questions. And I really enjoyed that learning lesson about Laura Hill and how she frauded the producers and didn't want to give credit to where credit was due.
Right. Well, listen, let's watch the rest of this because I just want to see her. I think I'll stop it like when the police come because I don't want to see that part. But I did want to get into that sister.
Absolutely.
I gotta get it. I gotta bring up the sister, and I've gotta bring up that niece, the niece, with
Right.
with the
With
flat mouth.
popping, popping, popping. Wasn't she? Won't she just popping?
Yeah. Um. Naughty says, "Oh, Iridescent Unicorn Fart says, Royals, can we get a few more likes? It's a free way to support the channel. Thank you so much." Naughty, Nikki says, Jag had warrants and took a U-Haul across state lines. You're considered a fugitive. But listen, at the end of the day, she was going down there to get her family situated. And
Right.
those guns,
I don't think that has to do with the U-Haul.
it had nothing to do with a U-Haul.
This has something to do with because that flying monkey couldn't do the agenda that person wanted to be done and was caught on video. They had to go back to the drawing board and create certain narratives and plays to lie to the police.
Right.
And really, all these so-called detectives on YouTube, this really need to be looked at, that this person didn't deserve this. Phone calls need to be exposed to 911.
I feel like everybody involved that called and has some involvement in it, even that lady that showed up at Jaguar's house as she was getting evicted. My thing is, you're already going through the motions of being evicted. Your stuff is out there. You're trying to find your phone. Your mind is all over the place, and you got somebody rolling up on you with her camera phone right up in your face to report your demise.
And when it's all said and done, this is gonna hurt so bad with these people doing this, because hospice and those retirement homes are not good for elderly. They're more damaging than family, to be honest with
Girl,
you.
do you
They'll
want to get into this comment or do you want me to address this comment first?
You address it.
First of all, who has Jaguar been taking care of? She's been taking care of her mother and she's been taking care of her son. Who is her mother saying that she wants to stay with? She's not saying that she wants to stay with the sisters. She's saying that she wants to stay with Jaguar and Sam. Y'all want to paint her out to be this bad person for God knows what reason. I think you guys are painting the story of yourselves or your family trauma, to be honest.
Hmm.
You're taking your stuff out on her. Who are you to judge anybody? You've got your shortcomings. Let's dig up in your skeletons and let's open up your closet and bring them out. You don't get the right to tell somebody that they wasn't violated.
Exactly.
That's just something that you don't do.
I have a mindset of my own, that person,
But
and
peep this out.
I'm not following the narrative.
No, keep this out. Right now, and I believe this was in Florida or somewhere, that they are telling you to give proof that you were essayed. It's
Yep.
already hard enough going through the process. Now you're having to prove it.
That's why you have to go to the authorities showing proof that, because when I went to the authorities, it was proven and they still had to do tests on me to prove that I had to get my, but you, I think the reason why they're doing this because a lot of people has lied on others.
This woman is trolling because, girl, have you not seen the nursing homes where these women are, they, girl, some of them are being essayed up in there, some of them are being abused in those nursing homes. Girl, do your research. Don't think that a nursing home, because it's a nursing home, every, not all facilities are like that, but situations have been happening. You need to go do your research as
I
a registered
guess
nurse.
you're
You
a
shouldn't be
registered,
embarrassed.
you're a registered nurse, so I guess you're not working. You work at a nursing facility, so you don't have to work those 12, 14 hours. So
Right, you get a shortcut. Miss RN coming in messing with the CNAs, allegedly.
for right, the CNA's the one that do most work than the RNs, and they
Right.
get paid the less, unfortunately.
Ask Wiley.
Yep. And I don't know her from a can of paint, and I'm not gonna disrespect her. I don't know her from a can of paint, but
Thank you. Zenobi said I she says I like the fact people want to act like their lives are perfect with zero failures in their life. Like seriously,
exactly,
why are people
exactly.
get into that comment, girl? Because I'm getting fired up. Okay.
Right. They act like that they stuff don't stink. Point blank period. And I'm just bewildered. Life is what you make it out here. And you have to look in that mirror every day
Didn't
because
know.
you're your own competition at the end of the day. You got to look at yourself. And they put their bad things on Jag. And I just think it's sick with the mindset tricks and the idolatry, because idolatry could go good or bad, but it's in the Bible that is wrong. And I see what's doing here because they couldn't get satisfied with that girl going to where she was. This was it. And on a Saturday at that, on a Saturday at that. So they got their own lives to deal with. And I just thank God that my focus wasn't about her where I have to get up in the morning with her on my mind or go to bed with her on my mind like these YouTubers are doing for clicks and views. Is sick. You're causing more problems than solutions doing what you're doing, and it's sickening. Do you think the subscribers gonna still be around? There's real women out here that's worse than Jag, but y'all don't talk about them. Kudos to the YouTubers, Shade Room and Neighborhood Talk, because they be letting them out. They exposing these people that's doing more harm than what Jag can ever do. But none of these YouTubers putting that out. This is more beneficial for them. Y'all got where y'all want her to be, and you still ain't satisfied. You're still doing these long lives trying to get intel and conversations with relatives that she don't even deal with. And for that sister, that whole interview was just shisty. And I wasn't here for it. and they were wrong. But I bet she won't call or put money on her commissary.
You know what? This is the thing. How I'm feeling is the sister is happy that she's there. She's happy that she's there. Now she can live the narrative, allegedly, that she wants to live. When you talk about a combative person,
Hmm.
if you're talking about a sane person that is engaging with someone with mental disabilities or shortcomings, you telling me you can't calm yourself down for 10 seconds so you can get somewhere in the conversation? Everything is rah rah. And it seems like every time Jag brings up her alleged SA, that sister, she deflects. She wants to change the subject. She wants to talk about the phone. She wants to tell you that you're not blocked. Everything but the question that's being answered.
Exactly. And they gave they the daughters of that sister, you could tell they've been watching all of that. Now, why did she had to bring up years ago that Gerald threatened her if she come down to Texas? Maybe there's paperwork proving that that woman's husband did that, trying to protect a black man that violated someone. There was a movie, someone similar to that Jag experienced about that, and it's just a nerve. And see, the questions wasn't even being asked. Well, what it was their DNA. They have that stuff online, and they have sex offenders info online, but I don't know her ex-husband's name. If that was true, then he'll be on that offenders list. That's on that you on that list to the day you die when you're a sex offender.
But you know what? Oh, we have to say as the
Oh, I'm sorry.
intimate, the intimate. But
Okay.
let's keep this out. Let's be honest. In the community, in the Black community, I'm gonna speak on our community. In the Black community, just meeting sisters and brothers through life, that are not related to me, and to hear their stories and to hear that things happen in the house, and everybody, there's excuses made, or you don't bring that up. How do you think that that creates an emotional unstable individual growing up?
Absolutely, because the child that's not being fought is not being fought for. That definitely damages that when they want to sweep it under the rug and it wasn't being taken care of with therapy and things.
Yeah, because this is the thing. We're told to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to take it back. Growing up the old school way of living, or my parent, this is how we was raised. They get a lashing, and it's like when you are lashing your child, disciplining them, you're really you're stopping their emotions, because it's be quiet, stop it. You know, you're not giving them time to express their emotions.
Right.
Everybody needs to express their
Exactly.
emotions.
That's right. And when you keep that hidden, it could come out like a bowl of fire when it's been held back for so long. And that's what the problem is in our community. When they keep things under the rug, it causes more issues down the line where it should have been handed right then and there. Especially when it's family, especially if it's someone in the family that does this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's very heartbreaking, and I feel for Jag and any other person that experienced that.
Yes.
No one deserves to be done that way. It's wrong, and and it's just wrongdoing, and God don't like ugly. And what I feel Jag needs some type of criminal attorney that have a lot of pull, that can access text messages that could have been deleted between certain people on here, phone calls that was made to the police, the recordings, things to show, the video things on Jaguar side to defend Jag. Um, she really needs someone that has her back, that's really gonna go in and look at everything
Yeah.
and look at who started with who and everything like that. You're not a good person if you trying to attack someone for clicks and views and try to follow the bandwagon, especially having your followers go to where this person is. That's beyond stalkerish. It's very dangerous. And all this is being done to her and everything, and everybody thinks it's okay. But that's how it is out here with these people. And it's just sad. The following mentality is people need to put on their thinking caps. What would really be good if one of them come out and admit that them and that individual were conspiring doing these things that they feel right in their heart, and that be something if some one of them would come out and show proof to a detective.
Well, you know what? The thing is, we have to support anybody, male or female. If somebody said that they were violated, let's console them, and let's not be a burden to them, because that in itself is that's heavy, and not everybody makes it through. People, some people, get so far gone that they just want to go in the sky.
Right. And there was a woman that I met. This was during a time where I had to go through something with what my ex-husband did to me. The way how Goomba did Jag, left her for somebody else.
Mm.
Okay? When the rug been thrown up under you, you've been thrown out, all of that stuff being thrown to the wolves. And I thought this person loved me, but they threw me to the wolves. There was a woman similar. Her daughter went through something similar, and don't you know, she ended up being numbed where she didn't get out of bed. Her mother had to bathe her. Her mother had to take care of her because she went through something like I did, but couldn't handle it. So it can affect you some kind of ways where you here, but you ain't trying to live no more, and your parents got to do things for you. It's an outcry. And when you're being thrown to the wolves, the only person you have to go to is the Heavenly Father. And I'm praying that she gets it together, reading her Bible in there, building, um, and get her case build up, because she needs her case. Maybe this will teach these YouTubers a lesson. They don't think they could get done the way Tasha K got that 4 million lawsuit. They don't think that that could happen to them. That person thinks that he could get away with everything. That's how they living now.
Let me
And
ask you this. So, like with Jaguar, because a lot of people are, her family is now coming out. Do you think it's like strange that now her family is coming out? That,
exactly.
you know, like now that she's there, she's fighting extradition, and like, do you?
It's mhm, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's strange that they're coming out now. Where were they at back in December and January, February, March when all this stuff went on? Where was they at then? This is all a play for them to get the mother so they could put her in a home. I'm not stupid. I see what's going on. I see what's going on. And I'm praying for her mother because they finna go put her in a home. They ain't trying to take care of her. Some women her age still work a job down here where I live. Some still driving a car. So what is really going on? I think they're trying to put her in a home.
Yeah,
So
I'm
she
sorry.
has to and she has to be kind of angry and jealous because Jags gets her the mother's checks. See, if they put her in a home, they will have to try to take Jag to court to try to take over that. But that's going to be a hard pill to swallow to do. Maybe they'll show these things that think that Jag is unfit. But what people fail to realize that people started with her.
And even though she gets her mom there, she's still not going to be the favorite. I
Mm-mm.
mean, just get over it. And she really needs to be trying to tend to her child with that rotten mouth. She needs to go in there and wash her child's mouth out with soap. You need to stay in a child's place. Because little girl, what Jaguar has to say, girl, you would be going in the corner and sitting there crying if you heard what she had to deal with.
Correct. And I do feel there's a lot of jealousy on that side with the sister and the sister's children. I do see there's jealousy.
Well, they wanted 15 minutes of fame. That's why they went on the Bad Girls Club season 15. They wanted 15 minutes of fame and they got it. It's over. Move on. Let it go. Jaguar is the only one that's relevant. We don't know y'all. Like in the
Absolutely.
bushes,
Hmm.
It's like go back in
Abs-
the bushes. Things were fine. Your mom, when people was calling the police and the police showed up, your mom was fine.
in the video Jack said about that YouTuber about them um getting on notice or whatever, did she have a lawyer at that time to show proof what that YouTuber been doing when she mentioned that in her video?
She was doing her own thing. I know that she was aware of everything that was going on, and she was in the process. But as you can see, that person just couldn't give it up. I mean, just stayed on the gas, and like we said, rallying Black women to go and follow this woman, rallying men to take this woman down, like they looking for um, somebody that just committed the M word, and they doing a hunt.
Right.
She was in a pool in the hot tub.
Minding her own business. Minding her own business, and it hurts because she didn't deserve that. I don't wish that on nobody, buddy. And it was so pretty, those palm trees, the sunlight.
Yes. It just seemed dark when the sister was on that interview. It just seemed very dark over there. They seemed like they would be screaming all around the house. Grandma head hurt and she can't get a good night's rest. I don't think that's a good thing for her. I didn't appreciate those kids yelling and disrespecting. Also, I understand because I've never. Oh, and also I understand because I've went through that as a kid. I would have never yelled and cursed my elder. I'm sad for everyone.
Me too.
It's a lot going on.
And I do whenever she was talking about Jag's ex-husband, that I see that there's some type of crush thing, or why couldn't I marry Sam? Sam's just a good father, such a good man.
Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, I did.
Because it's if you really think about it, if isn't Giovanni Sam's dad? Don't give me the lion, but
I don't know.
it does give off the vibe he should have been mine. Oh, you always get the good ones.
Hmm.
It's giving, that Tina Turner.
Oh yeah. Talk about it. Yeah.
It's giving that Tina Turner girl. The betrayal, the forcing me to stay in this because you're benefiting from it.
Absolutely.
It's so interesting that your own sister will sit up here and take you down.
Right, because what got me is when I found out she the one supported him on their child case back in the day.
Uh-huh. Yeah. When it was for custody and all that. Hmm.
So she's no
But yeah,
sister. She's no sister to her. Only for benefits. That's it. But you ain't show yourself when she was in. She didn't show herself when she was interviewed, and I was just taken back by it all. So yeah, you know that they're conversating. I pray that Sam Jr. finds his way and don't go with to where his daddy is to brainwash him. He's not a little kid anymore. He's a young man that have to do his own life, and I pray that he is staying in communication with Jag.
yeah. Her sister's jealous of her. She's so jealous of her. She wants to just be this perfect angel, like, oh, I just got it all together. And you know, well, we've never grew up like that, and this and that and this and that. You think that crimes don't happen because of where you live? Ma'am, you sick.
Exactly.
You sick. Like, seriously, you sick in the head if you think that.
So yeah, it showed her hand a lot on that interview. I picked up on a lot of things, and free Jaguar right. That's all I could say at this moment. Free her and make she get the justice she needs because she needs a lawyer. It will really be something. It could make TMZ if she is able to take these individuals to court for justice. It will be major news.
Right. Do you think that we should open up the lines for people to call in?
Sure, they sure can.
Okay. I'm gonna put the call in number up on the screen. Guys, you can call in, you can sound off, give your opinion. Give me 1 second. Oh, and while we wait, Davita Jane is going to go ahead and take over for a minute to give you guys a quick commercial of what she's working on.
Peace and blessings. I hope all is well here. I hope all is well with you all. If you want to reach out to me, the chit chat or whatever, you can reach me out on Instagram at Davita Jane on Instagram. I am a blogger and an entrepreneur. I help business owners um, with their social media and their Google business profile. I'm also certified in digital marketing and social media marketing. Um, I'm working on getting a digital marketing certification to Coursera for Google and just helping business owners with their business. I do have experience as an entrepreneur with selling my own products and things. And my entrepreneur journey started at 15 because of the situations that went on in the 90s. I had to create my own way at a very young age. And skills and skills and skills is important. So if you need help with your Google business profile, you can hit me up. Um, I charge 250 a month to optimize your Google business profile. I post 2 times a day, Monday through Friday. Um, we could create graphics or we could use your graphics. But it doesn't matter what type of business you have. It could be a product based business. It could be a service based business. You could be a handyman or you could be a real estate agent. We'd be willing to help you in your business.
All right. So definitely hit Davita up. I did place her link in the chat. I did drop the StreamYard link, but the only thing that we ask is you guys please don't use any profanity. Um, we are not using profanity. We are staying away from it. We want to get our messages through with no profanity. Welcome.
Hi. Hi.
How
And
are
I
you?
didn't know who the caller was, so I was like in the chat asking because I didn't want to be rude without saying the proper name.
Oh no, you're fine. It's Davita Jane.
Hi, Davita. Hi, how are you? I
I'm
was just
doing good.
all the stuff y'all guys was saying, and I was just down in the chat, holding down the chat. But
Thank you.
uh, this subject is always heavy for me. I always tell my mom that, like, my mom is Mama Queen Tulsa, and um I always just feel so sad and I always just be crying all the time. So I will like just mute my mic until there's a question, but kind of forgot what I was going to say to your point that you were making a few minutes ago, but I come in peace, everybody.
You
Y'all
are
know
good.
non-conventional.
Yeah, you're all good.
You're
So what are your thoughts on individuals calling down saying that Jaguar needs medical attention?
You know what? This is the thing. This is just the thing that has to be the thing, and I can't do anything about it. It's called the Freedom of Information Act that was passed by Congress. And so people can call and ask, who's in jail? Are you in jail? What are you doing? Where are you at? Unless there are some extenuating concerns like with children or SA or some other kind of thing where somebody is in trouble and or like in hiding or something. But other than that, if you just over here acting a fool, we can call and check on you and they just gonna tell you. So unfortunately, that's just like a necessary evil in our society. But I can't say that I'm against that because, like, if I went down for some stuff, like I would want you to be calling there and be able to be like, well, what's she doing? Is she getting crazy? Is she okay? Do she got bail? What's she doing?
Yeah,
Stuff.
but when you have people doing it for a malicious purpose, what are your thoughts on that?
People are just evil. That's the nature of people. Like people do everything for malicious purposes. I mean, we're getting shot down every day out the street just going to
How?
CVS buying our medicine. It's like everything is malicious purposes. I done seen people just crashing in the car, just doing all kind of crazy stuff for
Oh
malicious
my
purposes.
God. Do y'all see what J is saying?
What happened? I can't see nothing, Mom.
She said, what's the difference between what Jag does to her family versus her family did, versus what her family did? Ma'am, did you just not get in here? I don't there's no allegations of her doing anything to anybody that I know of, but she did say that someone did something to her. That's the difference.
So what makes her wrong bringing it out about her previous abuse? Like anybody else that comes out saying that they was done that way.
Well, okay. Can I just tell you something that me and my mama might fight with this one? We gonna have to have a tussling match backstage, maybe, because I mean, if you're saying these people did that to you, why would you want to wish that on other people? Why would you? My problem is the kid stuff because I have a job and I'm a mandated support a reporter and I work with kids and I know we talk about black women, but I'm like, you're talking about the leading young future black women and I it gives me anxiety. It gives me anxiety, and I just don't know. I can't. I lose my breath. You see, I can't even talk because it totally happened to me as a kid. It totally happened to me as a kid, and I just want to cry for them kids, and I just can't say I'm there for a black woman if I'm not there for a black woman kid that can't make it to see a black woman because somebody gonna tell them they gonna do something to them. And that's why this conversation is always so hard for me, and that's why I don't like to talk about it. Because it hurts my freaking heart because I was that kid that was threatened. We gonna SA you. We gonna K you. We gonna do something to you. We gonna do something to you. And I just don't like people saying that. I don't like people saying that. And I can't just get with a person that keeps saying that. And people with children should understand. I'm gonna have to step down, Mom. I'm gonna have to step down. I'm gonna have to step down.
All right.
I have to step
Sorry
down.
for your encounters.
It hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts me so
Just
bad.
take a breather, hon. Take a breather. All right, things get heavy around here, and some people are triggered. So we want to do a trigger warning. This is a conversation that we have to talk about. We're gonna have to have these uncomfortable conversations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people, like I said, some people aren't strong, and some people take another route. But at the end of the day, we all have to take into consideration when the woman said that she was being followed and people thought that she was losing her mind. What do you say now?
Exactly. Who's really the crazy one? I think it's the ones being coerced. Following Jack is more crazier.
It's, it's when you talk about, she's talking about, you know, the children, she did nothing to the children. These people are constantly doing things to her. Like, I'm not here to change nobody's mind in their opinion. They are they are committed to it. I'm here to give you a different angle to look at it from. And if you decide to change your mind, I'm just painting a different picture for you. That's all I can do. I mean, you have a man, you have women, you have everybody going against you. You don't know who to trust. You're on people's panels and then you get locked up and then they're saying, oh my gosh, she deserved it.
It's just like that song Tupac came out with back in the day saying your own kind will hurt you worse.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
it was, Diana. It was very disheartening. You know, it was very disheartening to watch. Y'all right, when women got 10-hour lives talking about Jack, that's obsession. I mean, and she's having to look at it because it's like, who's gonna show? They get mad at her for tuning in, but she trying to figure out who's the next rat. Who else is about to expose themselves? Who else do I need to cut off?
Mm-hmm. That's right about the obsession they have.
Yeah, they want to. I mean, yes, she said the thing. She apologized about it. What do you want? I don't know if she apologized about it, but this woman I mean, it's like she, I just kind of see it as, I've said all I can say. I don't think it was the right choice words, but it's like I'm at my wit's end. I'm being stalked. I'm being harassed. I'm being bothered. I got people reaching out to my family. I got my family trying to act like they care when they have been nowhere around.
Mm-mm. But been watching like everybody else. But as soon as this certain situation came about, here they come. Where were they at when this happened? When Goomba had that mental health order out on her, mental health warrant. None of them said nothing. Yeah.
Why couldn't she come there? Why didn't y'all reach out to tell her that she could come there? Y'all were looking at it. They've been watching her on YouTube for years.
Mm-hmm.
They've been watching her on YouTube for years. Like I said, the niece that went on Bad Girls Club, you got your 15 minutes of fame. It didn't last. Y'all are big mad. When she was helping y'all out, it wasn't enough. When she helped your mama out, when your daddy went to jail, they used her in that situation. Used her name on the phone bill and took advantage of that. She
So
said he was selling back then, the WorldCom or those calling cards
mm-hmm.
people can call from prison. She said that they were selling them.
Mm. I remember those days. So the husband ended up going to jail behind that, right?
No, he went to jail for allegedly robbing a store with a plastic gun. GUN. G unit.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Hmm.
And the sister allegedly went down too, but she got a plea deal because she was pregnant.
Yeah, I remember she said that she was 19 when she had her baby and had to move out.
Uh-huh.
So she's 10 years older than Jag.
Yeah, and then she gave her son to his dad and his side of the family because the family was saying, I guess she was offended because the family was saying that the family was taking care of the baby. So child, is a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
A lot of jealousy too.
Mm-hmm. We all got, see, some of us was born with that gift. Some of us have that gift, and that's what Jaguar had, a gift, and her family didn't understand. And that's why you got to be careful when you got that natural shine to you, because the enemy will bring people in your path as false prophets and using you. They don't have any good intentions. Everything is on false pretenses, just like what you've seen over the weekend with a certain YouTuber that had her sister on there.
Hmm.
Because these so-called people weren't never her friends. They were playing in her face. Help you get more money and more views, and this is what you do. Oh, she deserved it. Okay. I don't think she deserved it.
I don't know. I start to ask God. I'm like, are we looking at the same thing? Like, do we see? I mean, when we talk about her husband, when we talk about her husband, he's so proudly over there with that other woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm so lost in the sauce with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have people out here praising him. You know what? What they should have been doing was been on the boots on the ground and going to go retrieve that man to get him away from that woman. He's a married man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to control Jaguar. See, that's the problem with men. They want to control women. Some of them, not all of them. Some men want to control women.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be this dominant force. You're already strong. And guess what? They don't have no problem with bucking up at a woman.
Mm-mm.
They
Hmm.
don't mind giving a pimp slap.
But you know that Gerald regrets what he did.
Yeah, daily.
behind the scenes. Anybody can act like this on Front Street. You've been 4 years with that person. Give me a break. I know you wake up with her on your mind and going to bed with her on your mind.
Listen, typical sucker, respectfully. And
Hmm.
Nikki is over there licking it. You find
But
this fucker, you lick them.
but what about this? The justice on those things that Nikki put out there? That's revenge porn. Why is she ain't getting called to the carpet? She the one need to be locked up for doing that revenge porn.
She's wicked. She's a wicked soul.
Hmm.
Anytime a woman with ample amount of kids go over there and take somebody's man and get online and start prancing around, feeding strawberries and getting a tattoo and all that, like that's who should be going to go get evaluated, allegedly, in my opinion, from observation.
Hmm. But the question is he going to really marry her? And another thing too, they give that girl Ariel Curry all the smoke on YouTube. That was a mistress to Montel on that show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. But because they don't like Jag, they're not even giving that girl the work because she a home wrecker.
Oh
Straight
wow.
up, straight up home wrecker.
Jen J, she says she said her sister was a drug addict. Well, you know what? If she is a recovering addict, I want to shout out to the recovering addicts. I'm an addict. Once an addict, always an addict. We're addicts. And that's walking and standing in your sobriety. I don't do what I used to do anymore. Not that choice of what I was after. You behind us? She behind us?
Good. Awesome.
What's up? It's not about anything like that. It's about this woman was stalked down.
Daily. Hmm.
I
And
mean,
that day of arrest,
lease.
from that picture, that Carib lady with that island accent, she showed pictures of where Jag was when that arrest happened. So it had to be one of his people.
Yeah. And it was women. She had no, it's always a woman. I wonder if it was the same woman. Oh no, this was another woman. These women don't have a problem with taking you sisters down. Listen here. I'm gonna bring something up right quick. Let me show you something. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
Give me 1 second. Um, okay, so I want everybody to. Okay, give me 1 second. How can I pull this up? Okay, give me 1 second, guys.
Maybe they're fed to the hogs. Who knows? New detail tonight about a bizarre crime and the human remains found in Muskogee. Murder. That's what police now believe happened to a missing Tulsa man. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Neely Jones.
And I'm Mark Bradshaw. Tonight, police say there's no truth to rumors that the victim's body was fed to pigs, but that weird story apparently did shake loose some clues. It pointed to human remains police are still trying to identify. Channel 8's David Norris tonight reports from Muskogee.
23-year-old Courtney Palmer's story, for us at least, begins here at the Tamarack Apartments. It's where police say he witnessed the shooting back in November. After that, the picture gets a little blurry. We know Palmer went missing. That's about it. But Tulsa police think they may know something else. They say Palmer may have been killed at this house in North Tulsa before his body was taken elsewhere. In fact, 3 suspects have already been arrested in connection with his death. The body was found on this patch of land just off Highway 62 in Muskogee. It's right here where things can get a little tricky if you let them.
Well, we've heard before 10 years.
That's Dave Walker, a homicide detective with Tulsa PD.
That some of our missing people that end up missing under some extreme and unusual circumstances have been taken to Muskogee and fed to the hogs.
Walker says while they've never come across a victim who's actually been fed to pigs, they've heard the rumors enough to take them seriously.
And Courtney Palmer was one of those that the rumor was on the street that he was fed to the hogs.
So police shared that rumor with the media, which led them to this land where the body was found. Land Walker says 2 of the suspects once had control of. The body wasn't eaten by pigs, but Walker says it was mutilated, and they think it was likely done by the suspects. So far, the body hasn't been identified, but Walker says there's little doubt it's Palmer.
We're there for Courtney. We find a body. The people that are arrested for beating him have control of that land. And so unless they're serial killers, this body is more than likely going to be Courtney Palmer.
In Muskogee, David Norris, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Walker says.
So I want to say this, rest in peace to my cousin, and it was his body, and they did feed him to the hogs.
Oh my God.
And you have females helping out with the plan. A female lured him over to a house.
See what I mean? How
She
women,
the ice, they had him in a tub. They tortured him, had him in a tub of ice, tortured him. All because of a lie. All because they thought that he told police something. And he did not. He begged police to help him get out of town. They didn't do that.
have y'all tried to press charges against the police for this?
I'd rather not talk about it online.
Okay. You have my condolences, okay? And I do apologize that these evildoers did such a thing. And it's always the women that be setting up men in all types of ways. That's why black men is done with most black women now because of this stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's like we gotta care about our own. Like this stuff is not funny. Like, and even in this climate with, you know, the police and stuff, like, let's stop doing it on ourselves. Call them on George Zimmerman. Go hunt him down. Go find the people that did that to Trayvon to Michael Brown, Sandra Bland. Go find them. Go ring their phones up. Go have people take pictures of them. Now y'all just letting them free. Investigate your own households.
That Michael Brown situation was very hurtful because that person didn't have to do what he did. He was going back home. But where's the same anger when blacks kill blacks? I don't understand it. It's always the outrage when it's a white cop that do it. But when black kill black, it's whatever. And I don't like that either. I used to call that out years ago.
Unalive, sis.
Oh, I'm sorry. Unalive.
No, we passionate, but trust. It's no outrage. It's let's go take care of them since they took ours out. And they all pile up and go get in that car, and then there's a war in our community.
And for them to think that your cousin told them on them, wouldn't they would have come to their house to make an arrest if that was the case? But if he didn't, now they lose their freedom. And if they had kids, they can't see their kids anymore over that a mess like that. Now ain't no winners out of this.
Right. I'm gonna actually post a link to the episode in the channel. That way you guys can go and see the whole episode and how they solved the case. So
They
there's the episode with him in it.
who did they
You'll see the whole thing, all the questions that you'll want answered, they there.
they must have learned they learned from white people talking about feeding them to the pigs. That says that opened doors to what the other people may be doing this and never got caught.
You know, well, there's been rumors. We'll see, like Muskogee, that's probably like 45 minutes away from Tulsa. So they took him from Tulsa to Muskogee. And that's kind of a ride because I've been down there before.
Mm-hmm. I hope they serve time. I hope they get done worse what they did to him in there. And that's usually what happens. The stuff they did to people doing that type of situation, when it gets word, they end up getting done like that while they locked up, you know.
But look at Shanquilla Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
She's still not even like this black woman. It was on camera. We saw George Floyd, he was on camera. We saw Shanquilla, she was on camera getting attacked. And we got to go through these hoops to get her justice. It was our people, black on black crime.
Why hasn't why did the police say they won't be doing no charges? I don't understand. Saying there's not enough evidence, but that video is a whole lot of evidence.
Peep this out. A white lady went and drove in somebody's neighborhood. Drove in somebody's driveway, bagged out. The man unalived her. He's in jail. He's in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Mm-hmm. This young boy, he critically ill. He went to the wrong home, and this man did this to him.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
These people ill.
Is that why Shaquilla Robinson bestie had this all figured out that if they go over there to do this, they won't be charged over here?
But listen, all the evidence is there. Listen, everybody on social media solved the crime. Why can't they?
And this wasn't a blood sacrifice on his part to do this?
They say the boyfriend had drove her car to the funeral. Her Mercedes.
But the boyfriend did say if he would have went and didn't have to work, that wouldn't have happened to her.
He sure didn't act like it.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody would have had the answer for me. Now listen here, and then I ain't even you know what I'm saying, girl. The perfect time was when they had all. Girl, I would have laid all them out when they came back with her stuff and not her. That was the time right there.
And the money that was spent.
Oh, that was the time right there, baby. When they arrived back without her in that sad sob story. Oh, honey. Y'all wait right here, right quick. Girl, please.
And see, her mom been speaking out. The sister been speaking out. Ben Crump can't get a deal. There's no such thing as. Oh, it's just a sad situation. That whole story is sad because she was in the process of getting some more things going. She was a certified hair braider. Her little girls were her clients, and it hurt to see someone that these little girls looked up to be done like that.
But you got to get the crabs out of your get them squares up out your circle. You feeling uneasy about somebody? Stop giving people chances that then messed over you. And I think that's how a lot of people get messed up. It's okay to forgive, you know what I'm saying? But you have to, with me, you have to work that trust back up. If it's,
Hmm.
if it's gonna be like that, you gotta work that up because the trust ain't gonna come easy. It don't come easy.
Mm-mm. And I've seen so much stuff regarding this case, and I know I've seen things where the bestie, that dude, they had him on video or on commenting on posts. They were showing screenshots because she was showing how she was really getting those bags, you know? And he was like, dang, we need to have a business together or something like that. I need to be on your team. And they were saying how he was jealous that her business was going good and his wasn't because they had those PPP loans and she was able to push her business to a higher level and his wasn't. And they're claiming that he was jealous of Shaquilla.
Well, you know what? On that note, we are going to leave it there. Always remember, like, trust your instinct. Um, trust your instinct and not go out of your way to. Oh, hold on 1 second. Don't go out of your way to get even with somebody. Just practice taking the higher road and less violence. Okay, so Davita, any closing words before we get up out of here?
Um, Stay true to you guys. It's not worth following, being a follower. Ask God to show you what you need to see. Build your relationship with Him. That's who you need to talk with when you're feeling down and out. You got to tell yourself that they won't break your soul. Break the depression, break the anxiety. Um, you're more important being alive out here, and life is precious. You understand? So we got to quit trying to follow with other people and take the high road when you've been done wrong. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. And you just got to speak positivity to yourself day in and day out. It's so important. I didn't learn that till my back was against the wall. That you have to speak positive to yourself. You got to tell yourself that you are somebody, that you're going to make it, that you're successful. You got to speak long health in your life. You got to speak positivity. And that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Diana says life is precious. Absolutely. I'm about to go ahead and end this stream, and then I'm about to start up another stream. And the next stream is going to be pertaining to Legina.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I think we've all saw um, this coming, and so with that being said, we have to love everybody. Let's pray for people. There's so many better things to do than to hate somebody. You know, when you frown and things like that, you have wrinkles and stuff.
That's
Smile.
right.
Yeah.
You're right about that, honey. Oh Lord, Father God, you right about that, huh? You right. It ain't good to have that type of in your spirit. No, it's just not cool.
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, catch us on the next live. And on that note, be blessed. Thank you.
Girls need love, tell you something. Girls need love.